Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got an emergency alert to share with you guys. Well, Nancy Pelosi has just made the statement that she is going to use continuity of government martial law to remove President Trump from office and put herself as the new president of the United States of America. No joke, and I'm going to prove it to you here in a moment, but as a quick reminder, please don't forget to check out my partner at glowwithlisa.com. They've got this ageless serum, and this stuff is amazing. It gets rid and helps get rid of those fine lines and wrinkles that we have on our faces. And I've been using it for about the past month or so now, and it really has done wonders, and it hasn't broke me out. My face can tend to be sensitive. So check it out at glowwithlisa.com. All right. So let's get back into what Nancy Pelosi has said. And let me just take you straight to the clip so you can see it for yourself. Take a listen.
Whether he knows it yet or not, he will be leaving. Just because he might not want to move out of the White House doesn't mean we won't have an inauguration ceremony to inaugurate a duly elected president of the United States. And I'm second in line to the presidency. And just last week, I had my regular continuation of government briefing. This might interest you because I say to them, this is never going to happen. God willing, it never will. But there is a process. It has nothing to do with if the certain occupant of the White House doesn't feel like moving and has to be fumigated out of there, because the presidency is the presidency. It's not geography or location.
The audacity of that woman and the things that are coming out of her mouth. You can really see how happy she was when she was talking about it. She's all smiles. And then she has the audacity to say, I'm second in line, so I will become president. Was that just some kind of oopsie slip? I get maybe she meant second, first the VP, then her, but I don't think she meant that. I think she meant President Trump and then her. That would be second in line. But in reality, she's not second in line. That would be the vice president, Mike Pence. But did you see how giddy and how happy she was talking about, will we move the president whether he knows it or not? And we'll use continuity of government, martial law, to do it. And I know she's talking about the fact that removing him if he refuses to leave, but then she added the continuity of government part. That's removing a sitting president. This is a little bit sheepish here, what she's doing. Let me show you what continuity of government is if you haven't seen it. And this is on whitehouse.gov, and it's under Continuity of Government 2020. And here's what it says right under the words. This is on whitehouse.gov, the shadow government. It states, following a catastrophic national emergency, the president or his successors can authorize the establishment of a temporary shadow government to maintain control of the essential functions of the federal government. Bush activated this shadow government on September 11, 2001, shortly after the second attack on the World Trade Centers. Every federal agency was designated key individuals to be part of an emergency relocation group. The ERGs are assigned to an alternative secure location on a rotating basis and are ready to take over the duty of supporting the national essential functions of this nation in an emergency. In other words, when they implement continuity of government in the short run, right, you reallocate who is in charge of what, and the president goes underground or vice president goes underground, and they go into command centers. But as they state, a shadow government is ruling the country, and that would include Nancy Pelosi, right? The audacity of that woman to say something like that. They tried with Russia, they tried with Ukraine, they tried with Stormy Daniels, and now they're trying with the freaking pandemic. And if the pandemic doesn't work, they're going to say, well, continuity of government, we're going to declare that under this pandemic and take out the president. Somebody needs to arrest her. You know, and what's terrifying is she's already starting to talk about voter fraud from the election, and they're going to do it. That's why they're all for mail-in ballots, because masses amount of fraud can happen. So unless President Trump wins by, 5, 6, maybe even 10% more than the Democrat candidate, it's hard to win because there's literally that much fraud going on. But I think we may have it. Here it is, npr.org. Pelosi Democrats cite election interference and request from info from the FBI. Why not? It's the cliche go-to thing by the Democrats. When this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, release the pandemic, release the riots, and hey, continuity of government and voter fraud. I'm so tired of all these dealings. I'm so tired, not to mention of the censorship. Anyone who is pro-President Trump gets labeled a xenophobic, bigot, racist, Nazi. Why? When we're not any of the following. But because of our political stance, we're going to resort to name-calling and false accusations. And then organizations like your Twitter and your Facebook and your social media giants are removing us from their platforms, silencing us so we can't talk. That's mass voter fraud on a scale that we have never seen before. And Google is involved along with many others on the internet. And I know I sidetracked just a little bit, but that's what we're faced with. Is America going to wake up anytime soon? Today, now is the day, not tomorrow. This is an emergency alert. And Trump needs to start doing more. I'm just going to say he needs to grow some balls, if you will, and start doing something. Anyhow, get on over to restrictedrepublic.com. I cannot encourage. We've got so much content over there, content that I can't talk about here specifically, but you get on over there. And I've got extra information that you need to hear and you need to know about. I mean, there's so much happening in the world. I only have so much time to share here on online with you on YouTube. So check out restrictedrepublic.com and sign up now before it's too late, because we're only going to be here for a limited time. We're only going to be allowed to let our voices heard for so long. If you don't move over, you're going to lose those voices. You're going to lose the truth of what's really going on. So check it out, restrictedrepublic.com, and you've got a 14-day free trial. You can cancel whenever you want. There is no contract. I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.